Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video review, I want to give you price target for Ripple XRP. Alright, so Ripple, I have been trading Ripple since December. I initially bought Ripple around 70 cents when we had initial breakout in December. And since then I have been like adding position, and I added a couple of position actually around 120 at 120 mark, and then I sold it around $3. All right, right at the almost at the height of the market, just because that at that point it was way overstretched, and I wasn't feeling comfortable holding it for like any longer, and I sold all my position of Ripple back in early January. All right, since then I have started a new position in Ripple when it came back around $1.09. It was around $1.09. That's when I started a new position in Ripple. I added a second position around $1.25, $1.29 price point. So that's the second position I got into Ripple. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of Ripple, what I see in it, the price target, what are some support and resistance lie ahead, and just give you a little bit more, just a clean technical analysis, not very like complex, where like people don't understand all the what's going on in the graph, what's going on in the chart. I want to make it simple, so any investor who is just starting into cryptocurrency, or who is just starting to invest, can get into the market, and he or she can understand the graph in a very basic way, so it can be very profitable for them in a long term. All right, so let's dive in. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and like the video. If you think this was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. That really gives me motivation in order to do this videos every day. So thank you if you are already subscribed, and if you already have those notifications on, and I will be posting this new content for you every day. All right, so Ripple, right now we are in a very choppy action. So we had this major leg down around January 16th. Since then it came all the way. If you see this thing, it's really so like Ripple is trading at such a nice technical pattern. If you're a technical analyst, you'll be just love to see this kind of patterns in the chart, because it's just like picture perfect for for technical analysts like me. So if you look at Ripple, it initially broke out in December. Since then it has a nice consolidation, broke out, consolidation, broke out, consolidation, and then all the way toward $3 mark, but it could not hold it because the volume was decreasing. So that was a big telltale sign that the all-time high was not going to be sustainable in short term, because the volume, there were not additional buyers coming into Ripple in order to take the price higher and to be more sustainable for longer term. All right, since then we had a massive sell-off. It was oversold. It was completely oversold at that point, and that's when I started my new position around when I saw that it's holding that previous support from back in December. That's when I started a new position with my stop loss around that. And it has been quite profitable so far. All right, I drew this trend line that was coming all the way from December. It touched the, if you see this, it's touching right at the moving average. It's touching very nicely at the moving average. I'm going to blow this up a little bit more, so you can clearly see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so I'm looking at the daily chart. This data is coming from Bitstamp exchange. So 4 days we are in the pattern where our bulls and bears are trying to fight it out and see if we want to push it up or push it down. So if you see this, if you see the candlestick on January 22nd, bears try to push it down all the way, but we had a lot of momentum on the upside. Bulls bought it second day, same thing, try to push it down, try to push it up. We ended up in the middle. Right now, same thing is in the middle. So if you really break this thing down, it's in the consolidation phase right now, and it's just trying to figure out where it wants to go. It's sitting right at that trend line. It's sitting right at that trend line that's coming from December, the red one, and it's also sitting right at the moving average support. All right, slightly below moving average. If you really zoom in, it's slightly below the moving average support. The moving average is a lagging indicator, so it's a lagging indicator. So keep that in mind. So right now, for the price target on the upside, I have $1.74. That's going to be a resistance level. We previously tried to test that resistance. We could not. We bounced right back. So on the upside, the resistance is going to be $1.74. Then the next resistance I see is going to be $1.91, around $1.91. And again, the numbers that I'm trying to give, they might be like, it's not going to be exactly to the penny, because like this data is coming from different exchanges. So this one is Bitstamp. You might be trading on Kraken, you might be trading on Binance. So now your data might be a little bit slightly different. So I just want to make it clear and to be fair that it's not going to be to the penny, but it gives you like an estimate of the area that you want to be trading at, or you want to be taking profits or adding new position. All right, so I hope I'm making myself clear. Again, if you have any questions regarding this this chart, please post it in a comment. I look every single one of those comments, and I'm pretty good about replying them right away as well. So post it in the comment if you have any question, and also post it if you're holding position in Ripple. What do you think about Ripple? What is how did you get into Ripple? What is your strategy for Ripple in long term and in short term? So I want to hear from the viewers as well, because I get a lot of knowledge from the viewers like you who are watching the videos, and so I want to see what is your thinking pattern and what is your logic behind holding Ripple for short term, whether if it's for long term. All right, so on the downside there is support which is around $14. And further down around around 90 cents. I will be loading more Ripple if it ever comes down to this support levels, because if you look at the Ripple trading pattern, it really trades well with Bitcoin price action. If the Bitcoin price action goes up, if the Bitcoin start moving up, Ripple will shoot like 10-20% within hours. So it's really, the trading pattern of Ripple is very similar to Bitcoin, but it's just at the much higher ratio. All right, so that's one of the reason I like Ripple as well. Is like it's an active project. A lot of the mainstream, there is a lot of strong fundamental behind the project. A lot of mainstream companies that are using Ripple as a pilot project, like American Express, MoneyGram. So it's fundamentally solid. The team behind Ripple, they are very, it's a known team. It's been tested, so they are not newbies. They are like experienced in the market. So those are some really good fundamentals behind Ripple, and it's an active project. It's not just like something on white paper and it's people trying to implement it right now. So currently it's an active project, and a lot of bigger companies like American Express, MoneyGram, they're testing out the pilot project with Ripple right now. So good solid fundamentals to match it up with the technical analysis as well, technical supports. All right, so let's look at the smaller time frame. I want to always like to look at the smaller time frame. So if you can see, it's been in such a this choppy action since last few days. It tried to bounce, and then now it's consolidating right now. So we need to get out of this consolidation pattern. It's like this trend line that's coming all the way from December has been, if you can see this, I drew that in the daily time frame, but even in the smaller 4-hour time frame, you can see it's bouncing right off those trend line. If you see those candlestick, it's bouncing right exactly off that trend line. That tells me this trend line, if we break it, with a higher volume, then we will have a sustainable leg up. All right, the key, again, I always like emphasize on the volume. The key is the volume. If we break it with the volume, then we will have the sustainable leg up. If we just break it with like a minor volume or lower volume, it will be a false breakout in my opinion. So keep that in mind. All right, so that's pretty much it on Ripple. Again, if you are holding a position in Ripple, please post it in the comment. What do you think about it? How did you get into Ripple? What is your long-term and short-term perspective on Ripple? I really like to hear from the viewers as well. So that gives me like different angle on how people are thinking and what is their thinking pattern behind Ripple, because everyone have their unique thinking pattern. Everyone have their unique set of eyes. So the way you're looking at Ripple might be completely different than how I'm looking at Ripple, and I like to analyze those data, and I like to try to filter out information from that and give the viewers nice filter information, which is which can be very profitable, and it's really filter down information where you can we can easily absorb it, and it can really teach you something for your next investments. All right, so that's my analysis on Ripple. If you learned something today, please give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit those notifications, so every time when I make the videos, you will get the notification right away. All right, thank you guys. I will be doing another video review shortly. So stay tuned. I won't tell you right now which one, but it was a very exciting one. It's about to break out, so I will be doing it shortly, and you can tune in to see my technical analysis on that. All right, thank you. Bye.